Hi, welcome to your first enrichment shift at Lake City Animal Care. When you arrive, you can come on inside to get started. Thanks, Cole. You'll go ahead and head on down the hall so you can get clocked in for your very first shift. You're welcome to clock in on your phone in the process that's described in the orientation, or we have some iPads here where you can clock in as well. You'll just add your username and password, and log in to get started. Once you're logged in, you can go ahead and scroll down to whatever activity you'll be doing. For enrichment, you're going to find the on-site department, hit continue, select enrichment, and then simply start clock. Once you've hit start clock, you're ready to go. Make sure you stop by on your way out to clock out. Next, you'll head down the hall to the dog adoption workroom to get started on the enrichment program. Our dog adoption workroom is located halfway down the hall, and you can go on in to see the enrichment for today. When you come inside, you'll find our enrichment board here with your weekly schedule, and you'll find the enrichment cart and the binder with all of your information for your shift. Take a look at the binder, familiarize yourself with it if it's your first time, and you'll see all the instructions for the day. Our first instruction is to check the enrichment board to see what today's enrichment items will be. Every day your items will be prepared by yesterday's team. So today is Monday, and yesterday our team prepared tennis balls and stuffed toys for us to pass out today. So we'll go ahead and head out to the garage to pick up out the enrichment supplies. Now we're ready to pass out today's enrichment. Check the enrichment schedule to see our next steps. Remember that our goal is for the animals to have their enrichment items for as long as possible each day. So we want to set a goal to have the items out to the dogs by about the first half hour of your shift. The next step is to work as a team to move the dogs outside of their kennel so we can close the doors and put their enrichment items in. Be sure that you never enter a kennel with a dog inside to distribute or pick up enrichment items. If you need help, see a staff member. Before passing out today's enrichment items, be sure you check the notes to see if there's any stipulations for different animals or any safety concerns. For example, Zumi can't have stuffed toys. As you work together as a team, one volunteer will enter the kennel area to close the guillotine doors, and the other volunteer will go around to the outside to call the dogs outside. If you're the volunteer on the outside, be sure you have your treat pouch and clicker to lure the dogs outside. If you need some help with this, or there's only one volunteer on your shift, you can grab a staff member, like Cole here, to give you a hand, so that we can get the dogs safely in and out. Remember, you never want to enter a kennel to pass out enrichment or to pick up enrichment. We're going to head outside to call the dogs outside. You can find extra treat pouches and clickers on the shelf here. Always close any gates behind you that you find closed. Now you'll simply pull the dogs outside so they can get their treat. Make sure that your partner's able to get the door closed while your dog is outside. Squeaky! Come here, Squeaky! Some dogs may be reluctant to come outside, and you may want to toss the treats and step away. If the dog still doesn't come out, you can always ask a staff member to assist you. While the volunteer outside is calling the dogs out, the volunteer on the inside will close the guillotine door to lock the dogs outside. This process usually moves pretty quickly, but if you have a dog that's more interested in you on the inside than on the volunteer on the outside, you may need to step out of view slightly to the side so that the volunteer on the outside can get the dog's attention. Notice here that our inside teammate is waiting to the side because the dog is more interested in him. When that didn't work, he walked past the dog to see if the dog would move along, and he did. Now that the dogs are located safely on the outside of their kennels, you can begin to distribute the enrichment items. Be sure to securely latch the kennel and place their clips back on before opening the guillotine doors. Once this is completed, you can allow the dog inside so that they can get their enrichment. If you notice any safety concerns, report them to a staff member. Remember, do not enter the kennel with the dog inside to retrieve the enrichment item. After you've distributed today's enrichment item, you're going to want to go back and clean yesterday's item. Again, keep an eye on the enrichment schedule so that you can see your next steps. So yesterday, our dogs received PVC pipe toys and snuffle mats. So to find out how we clean each of those items, you'll check your enrichment book, and we're gonna look for PVC pipes and snuffle mats. On the back of each item's page, you'll find the cleanup instructions so that you can find out exactly how we disinfect each item. After you've cleaned all of yesterday's items and returned them to their labeled bins, you're ready to prepare tomorrow's items. This is the fun part of enrichment. You get to pick what the dogs are gonna get to play with tomorrow. So you can take a look at the enrichment board and see what's been used recently and select from some of the items below. I think I would like to prepare some Kongs for tomorrow. Once you've selected your enrichment item for tomorrow, go ahead and update the board. We don't have enough Kongs to fill all of the kennels, so I'm going to also make nylabones. Again, I can check my enrichment binder to see the process for preparing each of those items. Because the enrichment item I prepared for tomorrow requires refrigeration, I'm going to go ahead and leave a note for tomorrow's crew so they know where to find it. Remember that during your shift, you want to walk through the kennels regularly to make sure that the dogs are still having a safe experience with their enrichment item. About 30 minutes before the end of your shift, you're going to go ahead and lock the dogs outside again using the same process as earlier so that you can pick up your enrichment items. If their item is outside, you can go ahead and lock them on the inside to pick up the items. Once again, you're not going to enter a kennel with an animal to pick up the item. Thanks for watching, and we can't wait for you to join us for your first enrichment shift. If you have any questions while you're here on site, our team will be happy to assist you.